Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Hold it, finds his man on the left. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past in Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play-action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on fourth down in their own territory. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time. And he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
The quick out. Still running at the 40. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. Lining up to add another. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play coming on a 56-yard touchdown pass. Going for the return. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to take a shot. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
All kinds tons of room to throw that one in there. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine, he might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, and he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance, this dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll go to the ground. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Finds his big tight end. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he puts through the extra point. All tied up, just about set to kick it away. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last run.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback will keep it. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. A couple of yards shy of the first down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. 4th down in their own end. They go for it on the ground, and they pick it up.
You want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Luis. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
And on second down for this offense. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Knocked down at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
He's brought down at the 20. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score tied 7-7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They make the stop after a pickup of 3, balls at the 18. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. This crowd knows when to bring it. Wants to throw on third down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Ducks need to pick it up on fourth down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Man, that is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
Leaves it with the running back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll run play action. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40. That was not a great throw. Might even call it ungood. Tried to put some air under it and just made it too easy.
I don't think the quarterback had a lot of confidence in where he was going with that football, Reese. I mean, that's a ball that needed to get there so much sooner. You got to put a little bit more mustard on that throw, and just lobbing the ball down the field like that, I don't know. You're asking for an interception.
And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Gonna run it. It's Perkins. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there. No matter what uniform the Ducks are rocking, they are dressed for success on the ground.
And that's who they are, right? They're dressed for success. They run the football, and then after that, what do? They run it some more, and they run it fast. Every Oregon team always been built on that tempo and ground game.
Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
To the ground with the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
the big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And the ball's loose. Now the defense has got it going the other way. And they were channeling their inner Mike the Tiger. Don't you think Mike could get a big paw in there to swat that thing free the way the Bayou Bengals do?
And when you're the secondary and you're flying up, great job understanding. The guy's already kind of slowing down a little bit, but where do I put my head? I put my head on the football, get my hand on the football. Those guys, those DBs from LSU really understanding that flying up, making the big play.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Makes the grab inside the 30. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nevada is in front. They've responded well to all the off-the-field chatter this week, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They are up by 7 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Back to the ground with the running back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Got a wide open receiver. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Showing off the arms. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Makes the grab down the middle. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll go back to the ground. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll give it to the back. And the Ducks get enough for the first down.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Oh, so close to paying off. The tip really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Slings it downfield. Makes the catch. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
Really nice job there as the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. You can't hear yourself think on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. To catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
Number 88, Hall Bank in the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. Right down the boulevard. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down. Feeling some heat. The pressure on him, and the quarterback goes down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're like, all kinds of running room. He's at the 30. And that was a huge run that almost went to the house. The defense kept him from scoring. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening. First and 10 from the 27. To the ground, he's got it again. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Second and goal coming up. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's third and goal. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up fourth and goal.
Instead of trying to just take the lead with a field goal, they'll leave the offense out there to try to punch in the touchdown. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive.
Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the third 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love offense. They love playing fast. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they want their teams to be every single week.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll take it himself. The ball squirts free. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down. The Ducks will hustle to the line. Quarterback keeps it.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He's going to pass on second down. Got the back over the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Here's the snap, looking to throw. The short hands, it's Daniels. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. from the red zone, looking for a receiver. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. He wants to throw here on second down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
It's such a nice play getting that sack, and I'll tell you, what makes it worse is the fact that he has this crowd noise behind him. Death Valley is so loud, arguably the loudest stadium in the entire country, and I know that having played here before. You do not want to get behind the chains as an opposing quarterback with this crowd noise. It makes it so hard for your offensive line to hear the cadence, to know when the snap is coming out, and you know it's helping this D-line get upfield. I think you saw an example of that on that last play.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. I guess they believe the entire field is four-down territory. A bit of an odd choice, but they'll go for it on 4th and 12 miles. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game. And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw on 3rd and short. He's going to fire deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They're going to throw it again. Fires to the right. Finds a man by himself. Puts one in the spin cycle. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Nice job by the quarterback. Hey, the defense is going to let your big tight end be wide open like that. You will take that throw all day long, and they do for a big game.
And the Tigers are on the move. The give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
2nd down.
Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Got his man on the right. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. 2nd and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown LSU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Auburn is ahead early in Jordan Hare, but that's not exactly Bo Jackson out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over Miami. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
1st down for this offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Firing to the right, complete. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. And the Ducks hit it quickly to the line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They can't.
And that pass is intercepted. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
The number 1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
To the air on 1st down. He's right on target. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Flips it out to the back. Got some room entered to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy.
They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdowns.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I want to change something up, or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and score.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this
going over the top. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quick completion on the out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on third down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more third down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
He'll try it again. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. On the run, it's Logan. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. We sense